is Wednesday evening, it is April 3rd, and this is the video we call Weather for Weather Geeks. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and thanks if you watched my live streaming coverage last evening of the severe weather potential. We didn't have any true severe weather in our local area. We did in other parts of Ohio, but we've had a heck of a lot of rain, that is for sure. I really hope the Mayflowers will be nice this year after all these April showers. This is 48 hours worth of radar data going back all the way to Monday. And yeah, it's been a deluge at times. We've had waves of rain, especially yesterday morning and then last evening. Those are the two heaviest bouts. A lot of thunder and lightning in the area last evening, and showers are pushing back into the area as I record this video at 7:20 p.m. on this Wednesday. Now, the true severe weather threat did not live up to, kind of that big moderate risk area the Storm Prediction Center issued for a lot of Ohio. Didn't see a lot of true severe weather within that moderate risk. A lot of flooding, but not a tremendous amount of wind damage, large hail, and yes, we did have a couple of tornadoes, extreme southern Ohio. Funnel clouds spotted in Columbus and over towards Zanesville, but the overall number of severe weather reports kind of underwhelming for such a high-end risk kind of a day. We had our real high-end risk day on this date 50 years ago. This is one of the landmark severe weather events in modern history across the U.S., and today is the 50-year anniversary of April 3rd, 1974. All these lines are tornadoes, and look how many high-end ones there were. Or back then it was just F4s and F5s, and of course in the state of Ohio, the big one was the F5 that rolled through the Xenia area, which is in southwest Ohio. I happen to be sort of a native of this part of Ohio. I was born around the Xenia area in Fairborn, Ohio. Again, pretty close to Dayton. I'm not old enough to be around in 1974 for this outbreak, a few years after that. But back in 1974, Xenia was devastated by this F5 tornado. And aside from this tornado, of course, the May 31st, 1985 F5 tornado that ripped through Trumbull County, including the Niles area, that's the other really famous F5 tornado in modern history in the state of Ohio. So this one and May 31st, I should say, 85, the two most infamous tornadoes in modern Ohio history. So again, the 50-year anniversary of this outbreak, and this is one of those weather events that inspired a lot of people to become meteorologists. A lot of meteorologists owe their career to this event. There was a lot of technology, advances in technology that came out of this event in the weather enterprise. So while we certainly don't ever want to see an event like that, some good things can happen when extreme events do occur. There can be advances and leaps forward in our understanding of the atmosphere, how to forecast different things, and in general, the technology that is used to forecast the weather. All right, back here in 2024, our rivers and creeks and streams are all running high. We have several flood warnings still out for our area rivers, including the Mahoning River at Leavittsburg and down towards Youngstown, Eagle Creek near Braceville in Trumbull County. Also flood warnings out down towards East Liverpool and Wellsville as the river is running high down there. We're not going to add huge amounts of rain on top of what we've already gotten, but this is not something we want to see. Yeah, there's more showers pushing in. Again, even a little bit of thunder out here towards I-71. This will be a possibility tomorrow as well, that with all the cold air aloft, very unstable atmosphere, occasionally maybe a little thunder and lightning, maybe some small hail or graupel tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, there'll be some rain showers this evening, and snowflakes will be a possibility by tomorrow morning. Upper low, weather, whoa. That is for sure. Put a loop on this. This is what's responsible for our crummy forecast for the next couple of days. This is an area of low pressure that's kind of cut off from the jet stream. It's called a cut-off low pressure system. An upper level low that just is going to meander slowly eastward over the next couple of days. Very cold air aloft associated with this upper low, and so it's not asking the atmosphere to do much to have it rain. When you have this kind of cold air aloft, unstable atmosphere, and again, enough instability that probably some thunder and lightning here and there again tomorrow afternoon and into tomorrow evening perhaps as well. And yeah, the air mass is cold, so snowflakes will be a possibility tomorrow morning especially. Here's a look at some rainfall totals from some of our local observers across our viewing area, and the totals are fairly uniform with a couple of exceptions. A lot of us have seen 2 to 2.5 inches worth of rain over the last 48 hours or so, but we have a few locations, especially south and east of Lisbon, Glenmore, Wellsville, Beaver, over towards Portersville, in southeastern Lawrence County. This is the zone that we've seen the highest amounts. I've had some water in my basement for sure. There's been some roads that have been flooded out. We've had landslide problems down towards East Liverpool along Route 39. And of course, with the rivers running this high, it's an issue. And, we're kind of probably cresting right now, or maybe already have totally crested, Eagle Creek and the Mahoning River. This is Eagle Creek Phalanx Station near Braceville. Probably peaking right about right now. The creek should start to recede some overnight. The Mahoning River also cresting as we speak. Youngstown in minor flood stage at 14.34 feet, but already by 2 in the morning, this will drop a few feet down below flood stage, and then we'll be down to 7 feet. The river level is going to be cut in half, it looks like, over the next, say, 18 hours or so, taking us into Thursday afternoon. We're not at flood stage in Warren or in Leavittsburg. It doesn't look like we'll quite get there. By the way, all these levels are way below the historic crests of the Mahoning River at all these locations. Most recently, 2003 in July. A lot of us remember that one. That was one that we had tremendous flooding along the Mahoning River and elsewhere throughout the area. That was probably the biggest modern river flood event for our television viewing area, and that was 21 years ago at this point. We're kind of, hate to say it, we're a little bit due for something like that. Hopefully it doesn't happen anytime real soon. As far as the Ohio River goes down towards East Liverpool, again, a little bit of a lag in the river down here. This is typical of bigger, deeper rivers. There's usually a bigger lag time between the heavy rain event and when it crests. And the Ohio River should crest tomorrow at East Liverpool, probably minor flood stage, knocking on the door of moderate flood stage, though. Moderate flood stage at East Liverpool begins at 16 feet. We may fall just shy of that Thursday afternoon. Speaking of Thursday, yuck. That upper low, a lot of clouds, few peaks of sun. If we get a few peaks of self-destructive sunshine, that'll increase the chances for grapple or soft hail falling out of any showers. It'll increase the chances of isolated thunder and lightning as well. Just plan on an unsettled day as showers come and go. Best chance for snowflakes in the morning hours, and then I think we'll see some snowflakes again Friday morning. Maybe even Friday afternoon, because they'll be hard-pressed to see the air temperature rise above 40 Friday afternoon. Now we're going to hang on to the clouds into Saturday morning. This clearing will finally work in by late Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening, leaving us with a much better day on Sunday. Sunday's the pick day through the weekend. What about for Monday for the eclipse? Now, on Monday, this past Monday, 2 days ago, we were getting pretty optimistic. Yesterday, we weren't so optimistic. The modeling was a little bit cloudier. Today, we're back to kind of where we were on Monday. This is the nature of predicting cloud cover, several days in advance. We can say with a fair amount of confidence it's not going to be a rainy day. We're going to keep a low-end chance of shower in our Monday forecast, but we don't think there's much rain at all. And best case scenario, it's mostly sunny. I don't think it's completely sunny. Best case scenario, it's mostly sunny. I could see where that solution works out, where there's just a few thin high clouds around. Worst case scenario, we get a little bit of a thicker mid-level cloud deck. I don't think we'll have a low cloud deck. That doesn't seem likely. I don't think we'll have just a dead overcast, ceilings only a few thousand feet above our heads, something that will just completely kind of ruin the event for us. I don't think that's very likely, but I think there'll be some fair weather clouds that'll try to be around. Perhaps counterintuitively, the worst place along the path of totality for the weather is probably going to be Texas. Now, this is the opposite of climatology. Climatologically speaking, in early April, this is the sunnier part of our path of totality, and up here is the cloudier part. But it looks like the opposite may be true, and New England may really be the place to be. Now, our forecast is not bad here locally. In fact, it'll be a pretty mild day. We expect highs in the lower 60s on Monday for the eclipse. And real quickly about the longer range, we haven't talked about this yet this week because of the thunderstorm concerns for yesterday, but beginning of the month, the Climate Prediction Center put out their April outlook. Temperature-wise, much of the country favored to have a warmer than average month. Now, I don't think it'll be as far above the average as many of our recent months. March was not as far above the average as December, January, and February. April was probably not as far above the average as March was. But odds at this point do not favor some sort of abnormally cool month of April. I've got my eye on May as a potentially cool spot compared to average in the next handful of months. I am concerned about a pretty hot summer coming up, but May could be a little bit on the cool side, but hey, today's only April the 3rd. We got plenty of time to figure that out. Thanks for watching another extended version of Weather for Weather Geeks on this Wednesday evening. Let's do it again, same time, same place on Thursday.